Good morning, afternoon, evening, YouTube, depending where you're at. We're up bright and early on our side. We are going to be trying out some of the historic metagame challenge. Finally got some time. We're going to jump in and try out a few decks, see how well we do. So for those unfamiliar, the metagame challenges are probably my most favorite event on the client. 2,000 gold, you get back 500 even if you lose. But you basically play till you lose a game of best of three. Once you hit basically 2 wins, you pretty much net out positive value. You gain like 500. You get a pack for 500 gold, basically. And then if you get to the elusive 7 wins, you get 5,000 gold, so 2.5 times your entry, plus 30 packs of random assorted cards, including, so there's Modern Horizons in here, but you're not guaranteed to get Modern Horizons. So we're going to start out with the energy list I've been doing well with. This is the deck that I've liked the most over the course of the year. Just kind of wake up, play some Magic, and we will go from there. So those unfamiliar, we are basically a Lurrus version of the deck. There's a non-Lurrus version of the deck that's playing like Flage and Fable the Mirror Breaker. Sorry, it is very early. I still have my coffee, so this is our warm-up match. But the one change I made from the previous list, I went down the random one-drop cat. I just played the Esper Sentinels as a full. We're playing the life gain package with Voice of the Blessed, and then the Goblin Bombardments as a 2 of in the main. Sideboard, nothing really changed from the last time we played. I have the 3 Invasion of Gobakans for control decks. So we'll give this one a go. I do have a detailed kind of card for card explanation in some other videos, but we played this one quite a bit. But this is just when I warm up, I want to play a deck at least I'm familiar with. Probably try out a Yawg deck, and there's a Jeskai Energy Control deck I want to try out. Maybe Rakdos Bombardment. We'll see how the games go. But let's start off with Energy. I anticipate there's going to be like a lot of energy mirrors, so we'll see how it kind of plays out. So, first opponent. The first game's usually a little iffy. It's sometimes like a mixed bag. You might get like starter decks, you might get full competition. So we'll start off and see. So this hand's okay. Probably one line too many, but I think we keep and just try it out in the dark. Okay, so with Voice of the Blessed, I think we just get this going. We do have the option. When you see Wind-Scarred Crag, really anything is possible. We have Knights to start it off. So a couple options here. I can obviously Galvanic Discharge it. I think we get Ocelote's Pride going. And I think we just do this. Pay 2. This is a really good start for us. What we want to make sure is we're kind of getting that early damage, getting Ocelot going a little early, and then kind of going from there. So claimed a quarter enters the battlefield if you control another knight, which they don't. So this is... Let's get this out of the way. Going with this. Save this for later if needed. Probably just go from there. So kind of cool interaction if you're in combat with both of these. The first strike would deal damage first, so Voice of the Blessed in the combat step can actually get 1 bigger. Basri's Acolyte. You can die. We're going to decline here. You know what? I actually had lethal. I should have probably counted that out. Oh. Bit of a mistake there, but I think we're so far ahead it doesn't really matter. They would need something like Wrath of God. It looks like a Knight's starter deck. You got me. Alright, so. Lethal on the board. Feel a little bad beating up on the starter deck, but I think we're just gonna prioritize having some of the removal in the deck right now. We could go Authority of the Consuls, but that's more for like hasty threats. I think in this matchup we get rid of just the Goblin Bombardment. They don't have many X1s and they have Lord effects. Outside of that, I think it's probably just Esper Sentinel. Just trim down on that. I do like the Amulet's just some card advantage. We could play an Authority over the Esper Sentinel, just gets the blockers out of the way, incidental life gain. Esper Sentinel doesn't really seem like it's going to be doing too much in this matchup. They went creature, 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 and the 1 power toughness. This isn't the match for Sentinel. How's everybody doing this morning? Alright, hand looks good. I had a stop, so it could be a removal spell. So one thing here, I'm going to go with the Unstable Amulet here first. The reason being, we boarded into more removal. So between like Static Discharge, Galvanic, without a target right now, I don't necessarily want to cascade into one of those. And then we also get the extra point of damage. So we see like the Lord here, gain a life. So we did hit Fragment if needed. So let's start with Amped Raptor, see what we hit. Johnny, nice one here. So we'll get the ping. And then we'll fragment this Inspiring Veteran. Gain some life here. Just want to see what we hit here. Another Soul Warden. It's actually an interesting line. I think we're just going to go Warden here. See what we hit off this second one. It just makes our like other plays, like they're not pressuring our life total. They're going to have to be playing creatures. So 2 damage coming in. I guess they did have that 3-drop that cares about having other knights in play. Like something like this is something I'm more interested in killing. Oy. Seeing a lot of lions here. Got the mountain. Go empty. All them triggers on the stack. So this is a cast trigger. So I'm going to see if I can get them to mess up. Because if they block with Worthy Knight... Oh, okay, so they just... We don't even need to do it. So how it'll work is first strike damage goes on the stack. So they did have a combat trick. Now a Johnny flips over. And now we just big 'em. And then just gain a ton of life. Alright. We bullied the starter deck. Never feels good, but we are on the board. Just go for that nice, clean 7-0. 7-0 to start. Usually, like, I'm content. If we could get to 4 or 5 wins each time, it's free value. The goal is just to basically spend look at the just likely the mirror. Good. So mirror pathways are a little rough, I find. Okay, so we see Oscillate's Pride. I think I'm gonna lead with Amped Raptor first. See if we can cascade into like a removal spell or something. Nice. Poke him here. So it's bad if they have like an Ajani here. Okay, so they just Helix there. Hey, that's a nice one. So I messed up. I guess it doesn't really mean it's a mess up, but I went with Soul Warden here. I'm gonna offer this. They can double block, but I take Oscillate off the battlefield. And then next turn, I could spin Amulet. Here with the Oscillate Pride, if they make tokens, I get triggers with my Voice of the Blessed, and it's going to get bigger. This looks like it might be my best of one style list with the Helix main. Okay, so they do have Voice of the Blessed themselves. The difference here is we have a bunch of life gainers, they don't. And now my voice can kind of chip in here. And they just don't have good attacks. I can go Amulet here, spin, try to find something. Do this just in case you hit a land. Or you could just hit a Johnny. And then now we're just kind of to the races. It's basically a 2-turn clock. We can probably go to the skies with this. And now they're playing pretty far from behind because they need to answer. So they need something like Static Prison. And then I have another Souls here. We could have attacked in with Amped Raptor, but the Raptor's doing a nice job blocking here. This matchup will just bring in some more removal. Second Pride. Why Soul Warden's nice in the mirror. Them trying to advance their board. But they'll get the tokens, and then my voice just gets too lethal. Give them the... easy game. Alright. So Bombardment's good. We have Soul Cleanser. We have Authority. We have Fragment. We have Helix. They're not on the Flage version, so we're okay. Usually I will cut Esper Sentinel in this matchup. It's not that impactful. I'll usually trim one Amulet and then get rid of one Bombardment. And I think... I do want the early removal. Probably just a voice. Kind of go from there. So the people were asking, like, Bombardment's very good game one because it's a flexible card. But when we're bringing in Sun Cleanser, we don't need as many hate pieces, I find. So you're usually okay. I could bring in another copy on the play, but I want to be a little bit more responsive at this point. So we'll kind of play it out like that. It could be right to keep the second in, but we got to trim. Hey, Luis, how's it going? You're doing good. We're waking up, coffee, beating up on the mirror. Soul Warden's doing well. I think I old manned it. I went go-karting yesterday, and now my back is seizing up. And I don't know if it's I messed it up or just you're too old for this now. You're too old to have fun. This hand's a little sketch. Well, we do have some pieces just not hitting another land to be pretty bad. Mulligan. That's fine. Keep. I'm gonna put back Voice of the Blessed. So I think we start with Pride here. Sets us up for a double turn, a double spell next turn. They just go Voice of the Blessed. I can kill the Voice here. So we'll pack in. And then this should hopefully speed us up. Now they are going to gain life, which is kind of annoying, but we have another Galvanic. Anyone in chat do any runs? If so, what'd you do with? Bringing an invasion in this matchup seems odd. I think we... That's interesting. I can just play the tap land and then just go into Johnny next turn. I think we're just going to do that. Like, we're not really making progress to their life total per se, but... Luris to hand... Might be right to save that for Luris, but I think we just get aggressive at this point. We have City's Blessing, so we can go pretty wide. Like, they're gonna gain a lot, but I also got a bunch of Ajani tokens. You can see just like nice with Kethis. Any new cards in Kethis, Matt? The Gonjo's pretty sweet. So we don't have a red permanent, which kind of sucks. You just let it go through. That's very interesting. So I have a Gonjo. Knight of Souls, gain some life. Gain some life. Hey, Gonjo! Get wrecked. So here... I think it's... attack all. They have to take some breaks. Hey, Francesco, if you just go on the video description, there's my untap. I'll link it in the chat in a sec as well. You go under events, you'll see it there. Lethal. Alright, we're on the board. I'll pull up the deck list for folks. Fortunately, YouTube doesn't let us do the commands. Event. So I'll paste the full event page, so if we switch decks, you can find it. But you can find all the deck lists there. So the Hippo avatar is from if you buy the, what's it called? The Psychic Frog Mastery Pass. Where is it? Those the Psychic Frogs Horizon Hideaway. It's part of the purchase. When you get it, you get that. Hey Bea, how's it going? All right. Reward ourselves with a Mythic. I always get these like unplayable ones. I want some of this stuff. So this is a deck I want to play. Like, well, we're up 2-0. So I want to play this, but I'm missing so many mythics. And I just don't want to spend them. Thank you. Thank you. So it's like Ugin's Labyrinth Tron deck. I saw a Japanese streamer playing it. It looked really fun. I'm trying to get some packs or just kind of get it for free. The cards. For those just dropped in, we are playing Boros Energy, currently 2-0. Bet a starter deck and the mirror. I only change from the last version is Esper Sentinel's main. But we'll jump back in, do some more games as I wake up, and then we'll switch decks. So we'll do different runs with different decks to kind of get a feel for the format. So far I've seen there's like a Jeskai, Strict Proctor, Lotus Field energy control deck. I don't want to craft the discontinuities as Mythics. We're like so strapped for Mythics, it feels bad. Okay, opponent goes first, so notably no companion. We have no lands, so gonna be a no for us. This hand looks good. In the dark, I'm gonna put back Voice of the Blessed. We don't have a life gain enabler. Depending on what they lead with, it'll indicate a Sentinel or Pride. Guide of Souls. Well, that is a kill on sight. So it's the mirror. Yeah, so some variations will have the highest. There's not a definitive best configuration. Hey, John, how's it going? Play draw is getting us here. Galvanic's nice. So I could go Amped Raptor. I could go a Johnny. They kill something, give it flying. I think we're just going Raptor, trying to 2-for-1 here. Could go Pride. And then just have up the mana. I think we're just going Amped Raptor here. Okay, Philip. If you check my video description, you'll see it there. In my untap link. Otherwise, if you just scroll up in chat, I pasted it. But got it here. Just in the event page on Untapped, you'll see them. Okay, so this is the Flage version of the deck. So no Companion and Aether Hub. Mindful of cards in graveyard here. Line there's nice. So we'll see how this matchup goes. Folks have been saying this version's better into my version with Dolores, so I'm interested to see how it plays out. This is probably not doing much. Okay, so they have Amulet. Tefelia. They get Titan going, it's pretty bad. Yeah, they do Shock here. See what they play out here. They Shock for Prison, so they go Prison there. Into Pride. Very good hand for them. Or like, good turn sequence. They probably got me at this point. Us just not finding a life gain enabler. I think we got a kill here. Them having Amulet with 8 energy is really bad. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of it. I don't love Tefelia. Flage is gonna be really tough for us. Yeah, and they're finding their guides. So, yeah. So they're not even punished with, like, their sequencing. Playing, like, Felly out first. So they'll go flying here. Nice, Nikos. Are you still on Boros, or are you doing the Mardu stuff? Opponent's hand's just been a lot better than ours. Galvanic's not going to do too much here, because then I could get them the Flage back. The problem is, like, I have no clean way to gain life. See what they do. At the very least, I can deal some damage to this Oscillate. But the problem is they're attacking me on a couple different angles. Play with both? Nah. I don't think this matchup's necessarily terrible for us, like with the Flage. It's just a lot of the matchup depends, like, they're getting the guides and the amulets, so they're multi-spelling. You've just seen the accrued card advantage. Yeah, I don't like the mana. I don't like Aether Hub. I think the card messes you up more than it benefits you. So, do this. No, 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 no! Oh my god. Okay. Hunt. Hunt. I meant to hit 3, but here we are. So that was a mistake. Bombardment. Rid of these Sentinels. They're terrible here. I think in this matchup, they have the Flage, which makes the curve a little worse. Probably don't want Authority. So just run it like that. Well, that was not what we intended to do. We wanted to do 3. I could have taken a draw, but, like, even Soul Ward in there doesn't do much. So yeah, that's not what we wanted to do, folks. You know, this is a little iffy, but I'm gonna try it. It's really good if we draw land. 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 Oh, I'm so good at this game. And here, they're kind of taxed right now. Gonna get Bombardment probably going next. See what they play out. So, like, here, they're kind of taxed with their mana, which isn't great for them. Okay, so double Guide of Souls. Could go Fragment. I could go this, but I think we're just gonna go a Johnny. Get Oscillate in the air. So they can take a block here, but it's gonna flip my Johnny. We do have a line where I can fragment the Static Prison. Oscillate. Yeah, I think we might fragment the Static. I could also just do this. Okay. It's a bit risky because now 2 of their lines don't produce mana and they give me back the prison, but I guess they're going to gain the life. So it's okay. I have Voice of the Blessed, which can get very large. Let's see what they do here. That's fine. Kill a cat here. Yeah, so Voice of the Blessed, it gives like nice options against like mono green and stuff like that. In this matchup, it's fine. We won the other match like okay. Here it's not too bad because I can start controlling their board pretty nicely. And they're out of energy. Okay, so they have a pain land. This is a little iffy because I want to keep them off the mana. And you need like one more land to kind of do stuff. They're just going to another amped. This is like why Bombardment's really nice in this matchup. They do fix their mana a bit. Land. Voice of the Blessed. Da 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 da. There's something here. Think we hold off. I'll get something here. Could be Fragment, just Felia. Okay. Hey there. That's a good start. Like, they could blink my token, but they don't get too much value from that. Voice of the Blessed. Sure. They do here. That's fine. So block on this one. Do this. Land go. We get back voice. Voice comes back. Gets us a life encounter. Hey, finally. I guess I should probably get this out of range just because of Flage, but... we'll see. They lose the energy there. I can get rid of this Felia. They go Fable. So they got another energy, but... I don't know. Why didn't I get the Ajani back main? I didn't have Ajani. I had Voice of the Blessed. Might have missed some, but let me know. Voice of the Blessed seems pretty bad if they're on Flash. So maybe we want the second bombardment. Just play the Authority. Yeah, I dropped Jolted Awake from the deck. It's more of a best of one card, I think. Best of three. Okay. Can we get a keepable hand, please? Probably Amulet. Jenny Wynn, thank you for the sub. So I can do this. I can bombardment on 2 and then set up a Johnny. It's Soul Warden, but I think we do this. To be honest, I'm not like huge on sleeves. Like I like this art. I'm not too big on like anyone in particular. I usually like alt art card styles. Not necessarily the parallax or whatever, but like if there's cool like alternate arts, I like those. Okay, so they got Sun Cleanser. We gain a life. I think that's fine. Hey, Tara. So all the decks, they're always on my Untapped. Every deck I ever play, you can always find on my Untapped. I make sure to... Okay, so we gain a life there. I think they have something here, perhaps. It's a bit annoying. They probably get us now. But... this will let me a Johnny next turn. Okay, Flash. So you are targeting that one. You can go away. So let them do the attack here. No blocks. That's actually really good. Because now I get the Ajani, I get all the life. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter too much. I wasn't gonna be able to sequence it in the way I wanted. So get rid of you. I gotta get rid of the Guide of Souls here just because it has flying. And it would be able to hit my Ajani. And then next turn, I can get rid of the Sun Cleanser. So while we don't have energy right now, they're still a way away from Flage. They can like Lightning Helix it, but I think we're okay. we can dodge Helix for a turn. It's really good. Good start. Helix, Galvanic, any of those. Oh, come on. We not for like one turn? Would have been so good. We needed one turn. It's just Luris to hand, I think, here. Alright, a Souls. So land would be good. Perfect. So something slightly annoying here. With the triggers, it actually gives them a chance to respond. But I think here we get this going. Pass the turn. So I actually don't want to kill anything right now because it gets some flage. Okay, so we have Felia. Does they need one more for the Titan here? Let's see what they blink here. No blocks. I don't really care about this. They're trying to get another card in the graveyard. Fine. That does give him a draw, so now I'm gonna have to kill a Johnny. Okay, Aether Hub's fine, doesn't actually do anything. I think we do it on my turn. So we go a Johnny. Okay. They've had enough, folks. They've had enough. So looking at that line there, I was going to go a Johnny come into play. A Johnny. Then shoot the two. So these two cats shoot a Johnny. A Johnny flips. Then it shoots down Sun Cleanser. And then I play Guide of Souls. And then I can attack in with Flying. Would probably be my line. Yeah, that would be my line. But that one was a good one. The bombardment really kind of pulled its own there. Okay, so we are currently repacking. And it's very bad. This hand is reasonable. So part of the problem here, I don't have... This hand's actually kind of bad. Do that. Mono, green, Andy. So just get a Johnny going. Do they have a stop for? I guess... Yeah, the graveyard, we had to keep them down. They were trying to bait us into that, because if Lage comes out, then it's pretty bad. Them having Nykthos there is crazy. Crazy good, and we didn't find our Nykthos. So, like, I have Galvanic that I can get going. I have a Johnny. The problem is, like, I do need to kind of kill their stuff here. We needed a land there. Pack. There you go. Time is just really awkward. We hit a land there, it's really good, because then I can hold up Galvanic and flip my Johnny. So here... I'm gonna do this now, because they don't have the mana with the trigger on the stack. And I could kill this, which would reduce, but I think because that's an easy bombardment target after. Cavalier of Thorns. Okay, so they do the bridge down. I can kill the Llanowar. I think I need to just stockpile energy. Not great. Not great. I get a Johnny. That gets me a token that dies, but I don't have the red. Probably just dead here. This hand's just been really, really awkward for us. Oh, that sounds pretty sweet. The Chulian Nightmares, I think it is. Elf. We just gotta hope that neither of these is like Karn. Oh, that'll draw him a lot of cards. Disciple's really cool in this list. Just draws him 5 cards. Put back probably Oathcaster on top. We've had really, really awkward here. I put Nykthos on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that could be Cavalier in hand. Now they would be short any mana to activate unless they have Kiora. Bolt Growth. Oh, just naturally Nykthos. Into Nykthos. Into Nykthos. So we most likely lost this one. We just didn't really draw anything impactful. But let's see if they have any other tech cards, like new cards in here. I think this matchup's pretty good for us. It's just obviously when you draw 2 lands, we drew more Galvanics, we drew no life gain enablers. I mostly want to see if they have Karn into Contagion Engine, because that dictates how I play out some of the game. That first hand actually looked probably better in the end. Had we known we were going against mono green. We never got a chance to like get bombardment down. Okay, so they're on the Ubenwald version. We're just dead here. Cool. They flip Ubenwald here, and then we're dead. So we now know that they can win like on that turn. Invasion, Authority, Needle for Karn, probably a Hearse. Fragment could be okay. I'm just kind of throwing cards in, and then we'll see what we take out. So I actually don't mind Voice. The Amulets are bad in this matchup. The games usually go pretty quick. Bombardment could come out. Sentinel probably comes out, I would say. Could be okay against Kiora, but I think we just take it out. I don't know, it's just... You draw 2 lands. 5 lands and 2 lands. Alright, this hand looks better. So we go Guide of Souls into Oscillate, Galvanic. They're like Elf. They could be mulliganing aggressively. Those hands a lot better because we have interaction early, but we also have a clock. So they mulled into Leyline. If they have an elf, we really want to kill said elf. Oh, I didn't. Okay. 2 misclicks. 2 misclicks. I guess it's fine. We put some clock on them. I get Authorities. Plus that, I have Bombardment if they just play a 1-drop here. Illyrian 1, thank you. We've been blessed with the city. So I can start pinging them now, which is nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're at a virtual 5 here. And no Nykthos. This game's really going to come down to, do they have a quick Leyline Nykthos or not? And then their creature's coming into play tapped anyways, so we just attack and then ping them to death. I also like just doing 1 Bombardment in this matchup because they have Karn, which can fetch Needle. So if you're drawing 2, then it's a dead card. Yeah, we will run it back. Run it back. Was a good draw. Anyone in chat get 7 wins? All right, we'll keep. You have Leyline in your opener for the 3rd time. 3 times? 3 times Leyline? No Leyline. This is actually interesting. It's like I could take them off like an early. That's what we do. They mulligan, so it's kind of advantageous to do so. I think we do Invasion next. Kind of screw up their curve. Oh no. Here it's... We get the Oscillate going. Okay, so they missed land here. Oh no, they just have Nykthos, which doesn't produce the land they need. So 2, so they can go 3, but they don't have enough. So it is likely just getting Voice of the Blessed down. And then next turn invasion, attack the invasion. Because this gives this to be like a really nice attacker. It's actually not too bad. What do you got? Cavalier or Storm? Storm has higher value. Let's do this. I'm just doing this because we poke 1 more damage through. And now we'll just get these going. So they have 5 off that. They're gonna have a hard time. Like, they have to try to kill us this turn. Kiora can do it. But they need to kind of like really chain stuff together. Oh, they drew the Kiora. It's a good start. So Cavalier here needs to hit another Nykthos, which they don't, so we win. Booyah! Like I said, this matchup, they don't really interact, so it's kind of a race. So once we get our life going, it's just run them over. 4-0, 4-0. We had 2 misclicks. We are up 5 packs, 500 gold. Going play first. Keep. Sounds good. In the dark, not knowing what they're on, I'm gonna go with Soul Warden here. So they shocked in there. I think we go a Johnny here. It's likely Wizards. So if it is Wizards, we do want a Johnny. Guess I could just go Amulet. Get that going, but go Soul Warden here. Yeah, they just go Opt. Morning, hey Timmerance, hey Hillbilly. How's everybody going? Doing? I need more coffee. Its opponent on Phoenix. Good question. Opponent's dead is what they are. I think opponent's just playing Pioneer Phoenix. So which case Authority's good. Curse is good. Helix is good. Helix might not be good. Fragment's probably good. Esper Sentinel's great. Bombardment is bad in this matchup. Probably want to trim one Unstabled and trim one Voice of the Blessed. Run it like that. We are currently 4-0. We have beaten 2 energy decks, a mono green deck, and a starter Boros Knights deck. Got removal. Be interesting decision here if they go Ledger Shredder. Okay, their mana's very, very painful. We love to see it. They do have something. Looting. A Reanimator deck? Could still just be Phoenix with like Faithless Looting. Uh, 20 lines is usually okay. Sink into Stupor. New card. I mean, this game we're only drawing lines, which is not great. This is looking like a Luris to hand on 3. We could get Phoenix tier. Worth note, so if we go to game 3, oh my goodness. That's something to note. Okay, we've drawn literally nothing but lines. Very cool, very, very tight, very smart. Tune the narrative. We have a Johnny that can come back. We have Guide of Souls. We have Consider. Opponent's mana base just being super painful is kind of advantageous for us. Flipping a Johnny doesn't seem like the best unless we could kill him the turn. Okay, so they are Phoenix. We see 1 Arclight in the yard. They did discard Lightning Axe. Galvanic here. They get Phoenix back. Oh, lordy. Lordy. So our deck's like, hey, so about those lands. Could have a spell here. So consider them only hitting 1 Phoenix. My comfy free shirts. It's like Treasure Cruise. Could be looting, just flashback. Oh, Cruise. Brotherhood's End. this is actually ridiculous. We've literally not drawn a spell the entire game. Fragment's nice. This is like actually ridiculous. We've gone through 10 lands. 10 lands and 14 cards. Can't do anything in these circumstances. So it's worth noting to play around that. That also hits a flip to Johnny. I might just want the Helix. So they're at 6. I assume most of what I draw will die now. Amulet could be really good. Amped Raptor, just something that like 2-for-1s for me. They've gone through half their deck, haven't seen another Phoenix, which bodes well for us. Oh my god. You seen this? I am actually... We've drawn 11 lines and 15 cards. Absurdity. What am I am going to be able to like hard cast Ulamog in my 20-line deck. Spells. Baby, don't hurt me. All right. Esper Sentinel. Good job, Joe. You said you couldn't hit your 3rd land, and apparently I'm only hitting them. You're supposed to aid the other Joes, not hurt them. Alright, we got the tax. This is such a weird game. They're through half their deck, have seen 1 Phoenix. I'm through a 1/3 of my deck, and I've seen 5 spells. Or a 1/4 of my deck. Looting. I think I'm gonna take... no, they're gonna get another Phoenix back. I ran out of energy. Ooh, Cephalid Colosseum's a cool one for the deck. And they brought in Pyro. These are all good things to know for like the matchup. Like, we likely lost this, just given that we can't... So I went back to the Sentinels in the main, in best of 3. We're playing full set. Just that we... Our deck decided to just bestow us with... We're good here. We're good here. They brought in a lot more creatures, so I think I'm interested. Static Prison's fine. Authority's fine. I think maybe we go down the prison. Verse is still good. You can see the voice being bad. Oscillate's like fine. We gotta get it out of the range of a sweeper. We just like really don't want 14 lands. It'd be really cool. Hey, we'll keep. You know what's really good on turn 1 against this deck? Esper Sentinel. So we have actually an... I think we're just gonna start trying to get City's Blessing. Like, I know it opens us up, but... I think it's fine. They go Ledger Shredder, it's kind of annoying. Don't really have a good attack. So it's actually not bad. They have a removal spell here. I shocked in because they had Jawari's Disruption. I maybe should have just done Luris to hand. The safer line. It attacks. Give me the card. So, to me, that suggests they don't have the removal. Authority's good here. Kind of gets us set up. I think we do Luris to hand next turn. We'll see what they play out here. Probably go to attacks first. Yeah, especially with another land here. We do let them set up a bit, but I think Luris to hand... Because I have the options like a Johnny, I can get this Oscillate going, I can get back Voice of the Blessed. I'm using another Galvanic there is nice, so they've used 3 removal spells. Could be that they have Young Pyromancer. Cephalus is a really cool addition to this deck. Just lets you loot through your deck pretty well. Looking through my graveyard here. We got good information the last game at least. Like things to play around. Them doing that now is good for us because now they'll have to pay the tax again. Cephalid also does damage to them, which could be relevant, especially if they're paying the tax. Cool Arclight, bro. So I could flip a Johnny, but we don't have anything red. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Not quite. Kind of souls. If we had a red source, we would have done it, but since we're not like pushing lethal right now, let's just wait. Got him. Got him. Got him. Get him, got him good. 5-0. Deck too strong. That Phoenix look was actually really sweet. I like the Cephalid Coliseum in there. It's a cool new addition. And then the energy cards let you be a lot more flexible. Okay, so we're up 10 packs, 1,000 gold. Let's try to push for 2 more wins. 2 more wins. By any chance, paging Capella. Alright, Browning, seen them on Twitter. They've got a couple 7-0s. Opponent goes first. We'll keep. Hand looks reasonable. Opponent going first, a bit of annoying. Trying to be able to potentially answer our board before we can start doing stuff. Plus, their mana's really bad right now. Negative, they have voice. Go with Johnny here. So, like, at this point, voice is pretty bad. We'll go with Johnny here. Gives me some bodies. They're going to need another removal spell here. Best draws likely a Guide or a Soul Warden, just for this Voice of the Blessed. Goblin Bombardment, also very good here. I would take that. He's looking really awkward right now. Found their Pride. That does let them get the energy needed to fly over. Bombardment one time, a removal spell would be nice. How about a land? Very cool. Not very good. Not quite dead, but we're pretty close to dead. So Amped Raptor can give me another spin here. But the problem is we are a bit short in terms of utility. Johnny comes down. Let's just go to next game. Next game. Sun Cleanser, Helix, Fragment, Authority. Bombardment. Sentinel. I think on the play we do it like that. Never really got a chance to set up there. Honestly, like the mirrors, whoever gets the unchecked Guide of Souls, everything kind of snowballed there. We weren't able to really double spell. We've bet this matchup a few times already. Browning seems like a good player. They've posted a couple 7-0s thus far. Let me know in chat if you'd rather see Jeskai kind of tempo-y control or Yawgmoth next after this game or after this run. It's a bit, because if we get the Voice of the Blessed, or if we keep the Soul Warden. One, we Voice of the Blessed, Voice of the Blessed. It's a lot better kind of turn cycle. Alright. That looks good. Keep. Got a Jess guy in chat. It's very much a brewer. I tried to copy the modern control deck, but it's kind of card. I want to play a Snapcaster Amulet deck to kind of get that value. So I usually lead on Soul Warden here. It gains me a life off their initial threat, and this is a better card. Might have been right to Helix that, because then I could have double spelled next turn. We'll see. It's an interesting consideration. Yeah. I think the ladder reset happens today at 3, doesn't it? Okay, so we have Voice the Blessed. I think we're gonna go Amped Raptor here. Yeah, I should have Helixed. I would have been able to double spell this turn, which would have been better. Yeah, Boros is life. This deck's amazing. It's my favorite deck in a while. Nice job, Mia. I'll check after this. I'm pretty sure. Like, I got Mythic, but I drafted too much this month, so my constructed rate I got in at like 94%, which wasn't great. I'm kind of doing this to bait them. But seems like Galvanic. That's fine. Yeah, whenever you get to play modern, like even like a lot of this deck is modern legal. Okay, Amulet's fine there, I think. They did hit Bombardment, so we need to be mindful of that. That's gonna screw up our math a bit. Ooh, Ocelote's good here. So I think we want to get this Soul Warden out of range. So I do have the option to kill my own thing. Honestly, I think we just wait. I mean, this is the first run we're doing with it. I was out all Saturday. Oh, they let Bombardment go. I was out all Saturday, and Friday honestly was a blur. Galvanic. Resolve. So I can just flip a Johnny. Honestly, I think it's fine. Want to attack? They don't. Helix, probably one of the first strikers. I do need a way to gain. So it's a little awkward because if I don't draw a creature, I don't gain the life. So I think we just pass. Sun Cleanser works. So yeah. Feels a little bad now, having not. So you attack, you. So it's 6. They can't get energy. We'll just do it like that. Yeah, so the next deck we're probably going to play is a Jeskai deck with Tamiyo and Snapcaster and like an energy shell. All right. We back in business. Question, do I want anything else in this matchup? Probably not. I don't think we want another amulet. The single bombardment's fine, I think. Like you can see there when you're behind, bombardment's bad when you're ahead. But generally when you're on the draw, you're going to be behind. So we're not really going to have a chance to set up a board state and then attack them at the same time. It's good. I mean, as good as we'll probably get. If they have an oscillate draw, then it's pretty bad. I very much need to pee, so hopefully this match goes quick. It's an interesting decision here, what we want to do on one. Like Soul Warden or this. Yeah, I think that answers what we want to do on one. Just kind of slow them down a bit. You go Amped Raptor on 2. Warden. Oscillate. Good draw for them. So I think this turn... we do need to do this. Hopefully find like a removal. Bit annoying because we don't have a life gainer of our own. We hit a land drop, it's reasonable. Okay, so they go amped here. Second oscillate's really annoying. Tokens, City's Blessing. So they're going off pretty hard here. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. They gain the life. Not great, but we got to do what we got to do. They don't have an answer for our Soul Warden. It's pretty good. Okay. Big Galvanic there for them. Ugh, gas out of them. Into Amulet is a nice flip. Get him a card here. Line's probably best case for us. Okay, so we have Guide of Souls, which we probably need to get going into Voice of the Blessed. I could Helix here into Guide of Souls. But I think this turn we just got to do this. This gets me a bunch of energy as well. And it does give me the biggest thing. And then next turn, hopefully I get rid of their Soul Warden. I do both of these next turn. Another amulet's good. Land. Toonk, thank you for the sub. Just be Luris to hand. I think I'd do Luris to hand there if I was them. It's more mana efficient. Side's a reasonable one there. Ooh, Johnny's nice. A couple lines here. Obviously, Helix. This is quite a bit. All right. Big chunk. I guess we could have attacked with a couple cats there. This is like such a weird game. Hopefully they just whiff again. Okay. Second Soul Warden's a bit annoying. So Luris currently doesn't have anything to get. But we're gonna kill the Luris, I think. Yeah, end the festivities. I had it in my deck at one point, but... All right. Gain some life. So we do this. I think we just do 3. They're gonna take the damage. They don't want to. So it's gonna be who kind of draws. So they have the ability to kind of chain a lot more draws together. Us controlling this is gonna be big. A static discharge gets us, or a static prison. Fragment reality gets us. Guide of Souls. That's definitely one that gets us. This is actually really interesting. I guess they don't get. We just punch them for enough. Oh. Voice of the Blessed. So blessed. All right, folks. We are on boss battle. What do you think? Boss battle. I'm going to run to the bathroom very quick, but let me know in chat. Do you think we win? Yes or no? I'll be back in 1 sec. Here's the deck list. All right, chat, we're back. We are going for 7 wins. Boros Energy. Hopefully play mono green. Seems like the best. I want to try a reanimate massacre worm deck against all these energy decks. It's not great. It's fine. Keeping it on like amulet. We could get better, but like we got to draw. I think there's much worse hands we can draw into than this here. But we'll take it for now, I think. Checklists for anyone interested can be found there. Alright, when you see the basic island, does Jeskai control? Who's our boss battle? Lotus Field. Oh. This matchup will certainly be hard. Probably have Wrath the Sky. I should do this preemptively, because this will be a hard matchup. So they use Lotus Field with Phage. They have Wrath of the Sky, or whatever it is, the energy package. They could have Strict Proctor. Goblin Bombardment's not bad. I should have fetched first because I can't with Flage now. We still just do this. This is like the modern control deck. The fairy untap Lotus Fields, gross. So just gain him a lot of life too. So the one thing is they can't invert polarity us, which is good. Kind of wish I played the mountain there. They could stifle the fetch. It's Galvanic here. Bit annoying. This is good though. Because now I get to do this. Bombard. I do need to do this, I think. It's too much value. Seeing one galvanic out of them. Just the extra mana, the life gain, the 2 activations of the One Ring. It's all pretty bad for us. Strict Proctor. Second Lotus Field. Into Helix. So kill that. I think we just set up here. Okay, so we have Amped Raptor for next turn. They've shown quite a bit of ways to gain life, which is a bit annoying. Decking might be a way. Maybe, so mine's a Johnny. I think this card's so sweet. Just does like so many interesting things. Will you pay the tax? That's fine. So if we draw land, I can go guide plus just to get some damage in. Not, we go guide into Amped Raptor. Land would actually be pretty good. Cool. This might be invert polarity. We could see out of them. So doing this now means everything in exile will ping them for 1. So they have 4 damage there. We can blank any of their lightning helix on my creatures as well. Yeah, so that's why they're going face, is to offset that. Opponent's playing at a reasonable pace, which is good. Well, they're playing it well. This deals damage, right? Deals 1 damage. So protection from the ring will work in that respect. Next turn, it's probably Guide of Souls into Esper Sentinel. While they can be hit again, we could just see a Divine Purge out of them again. 31 cards in deck. And a Johnny would be nice here. Just get that flip. Okay, so we see the protection coming down. So they will win through Flage, usually. Yeah, Blood Boon would be nice. Ah, so they have protection. I'm just doing this so they don't get energy. If they have like invert polarity or something and they steal my monument, that's also nice. What do you get us? A Sentinel. Sentinel will be better with less tax. Oh, to each opponent. Okay. So people always ask like for me to stream the Pro Tour. And I can't because of like Wizards will put like DMCA on me. So it's just Mark, we have the Pro Tour. You have the Pro Tour at home. Besides, it's just Nadu like mirrors at this point. The top 4 is all Nadu. So they can draw some cards. Make them pay the tax. And just if they have Wrath the Sky or something, we want to limit what they can hit or have them pay more mana into it. All right, 29 cards. They haven't presented a win con yet. Okay. That is a scary one. I'm a bit worried. Well, like I want to get this going. We have to be mindful of discontinuity. Likely something they have. Looking at their graveyard. Could be Snapcaster. The Flage. Yeah. Bit rough. Could do Sun Cleanser in this matchup, but it's not great. The one thing with untapping, they don't have enough. They are going to get back the Flage. So let's see what we get here. Another Amulet I should have played. I mean, it's really bad if we just get Divine Purged. Let's see what we do here. They just Luris the hand. Luris gives me a Johnny. We're in a pretty bad spot. Now that they've established Flage, it's pretty bad. They're on Divine Purge. I'm uncertain if they're also on Wrath of the Skies. Okay. We do need to find one of our Galvanics or Static Prisons. pretty close to dead. At the very least, we're gonna waste some of their clock. Wrath the Skies. That's probably GG. Because the problem now, I'm not gonna have enough. I guess this into enough energy, but then they could just get it back. Guess we do Luris. Luris dies. And we lost this one, but we'll let him run some clock down. See if there's a chance we could sneak it out. Yeah, it's just like, here's a piece of paper. Now go Nadu yourself. They have so many cards. Blage is really nice in this deck, just kind of provides that life gain element. I also want to see if their main boarding counter spells. They could play like No More Lies potentially. We just see Flage come back again. We could get him down to like 16 or so, it could be good. They've seen so much of their deck. They're down to 18 cards. So, usually you go to game, but this is game 7. They're playing a slower deck. If they're playing an aggressive deck, I would just concede. We saw that in earlier games. But here, let them run down some clock. I do wish we had surgical extraction in this matchup, I think. They might just kill us with lightning helix here and escaping another Flage. But each of these is game actions. Oh, they could just loop multiple. Okay, so we got like an extra 2 minutes off the clock. All right, so fragments, invasions, needle, curse. So Sun Cleanser in theory is reasonable, but they play Divine Purge. Their energies like Wrath of the Sky, which they can, like Wrath's annoying against us, but it's not like the all end all. Bombardment's pretty decent. I think we are taking out the static prisons. They seem pretty useless. I do like the discharge here. I think it's honestly just Voice of the Blessed seems pretty bad here. One cut. Soul Warden seems like the weakest. Could probably actually cut one Galvanic, I think. This is like the Nightmare matchup. And it's probably why we're playing them in round 7. A lot of life gain, a lot of cheap sweepers. No play on 1, but we could go Amped Raptor into Gobakan. I don't want to put out the hearse just yet until we can maybe pick off a flage, just because it gets hit by whatchamacallit? Divine Purge. I think instead of the hearse, we play Surgical Extraction going forward. A more reactive hand in a way, but I think the game's naturally going to go somewhat long. So it's better that we kind of have the interaction in place. And this is why I was saying, like, with the time, we'll see if they're in the stream maybe, but if they're wasting this much time, the game very well can go to time. So the more we drag it out, it can be reasonable. If they stream snipe, kind of shitty of them. That's pretty good. They could stifle this ability. But then that's one less stifle, which we're good with. Yeah. So we'll invasion here. They could have another stifle. So I was trying to bait out, obviously, the removal. But try to hit like a one ring here. So getting rid of the Proctor is actually really good here, because now they can't really afford to play the land drop. It also makes the subsequent Null Drifter much worse. Naturally hits a land, because why not? I think we're just setting up a Johnny here. So they could evoke Null Drifter. That is a bit annoying. Because that makes it so... that doesn't come in. Yeah, it tries to find... It tries to find you someone with a similar. So it's really annoying that they found these in order, because now they can just play this with a trigger on the stack. So the question comes like, do I just Luris here? Do I get this going? They do have the ability, because then they're going to Null Drifter. So I think it's just Hearse. And just try to get them that way there. Because I'll Fragment on this. Because they're kind of priced into, that's 9, 15. $16, $17 by eating 2 things in their yard, which works out pretty nice. So getting that Stifle out of their hand was pretty good. Oh, this is actually really good for us because now the trigger goes on the stack, so we get to exile it. They don't get a chance to respond. So that's pretty big for us. So this is 2 to crew. That means they can't activate the One Ring. It's actually interesting because I could get them close to lethal, but it plays us pretty poorly into a wipe. But that takes them off the One Ring because it's 4, 7, 10, 15, 17. So I do think we do it. Hey Debbie, opponent's list is really good. I just am missing some cards. I missed an energy. Okay, so they can't draw a card. Otherwise, the counter kills them. So this Lotus Field version of the deck's very good. I usually play this continuity, which I'm missing. We didn't see if they were on Thespian stage, but just Stifle effects. You're probably better off instead of Stifle playing the new card for Modern Masters. It's basically Stifle with counter target colorless spell. So it's just added things with the replicate ability. That was reasonable. Definitely reasonable. Run it back. I could bring in the Helix. Just some added reach. Curse is fine. I think Bombardment's fine. The Needle could slow down. Like, yes, it gets hit by Divine Purge. It's just, do we want to... I think maybe like that. Nah. Just... better. So the thing is, like, if they don't have anything out, this is bad, but I do need ways to kill Consign to Never. Yes, that's the one. I thought it does. I could be mistaken. I don't want to actually accidentally click off this. Consign to memory. Counter target triggered ability or colorless a spell. Yeah, I guess activated it doesn't. Sorry, I was getting mixed up. I was thinking just for, because the triggered ability is for like Lotus Field or any other ETB stuff. That's what I was thinking. Opponent's at 13 minutes here. And unfortunately a mulligan. While we do have some tools, it's not aggressive enough, nor... Guess we could try to keep it, like we go Sentinel on 1, we have Fragment Reality on 2. 2 chances. Okay, let's try. I talked myself into it. Land! Land! Let's see what they're doing. We're good at this game. Let's try this. We could go other Sentinel, but this gives us a better chance of hitting another land. And if they purge here, it's not the worst. They did shock in, so they likely have something like Galvanic here. Paying the Esper tax. Okay. So 2 free damage, made them hold up mana. Put that in layaway. Thank you. So the risk here is if they have Divine Purge and Stifle. I'm just going to preemptively do this. Yeah, it's an interesting consideration. I'm thinking things like Hearse is colorless. There's probably not too much Devoid, so you're probably okay. I guess in Modern, there's all the Tron decks, so it has a better. Hey Quentin, how's it going? We are on Boss Battle, Game 3. Opponents approaching 10 minutes and clock. So Divine Purge here is pretty rough. I think we're going amped here. Not the best, not the worst. Probably shouldn't have even cast that. Just getting the card off Galvanic might have been better, but we see, we see. We pass here. So I can target this with Galvanic. It puts some energy in the reserve, but I think we're fine for now. I have Fragment in case they go Flage. I can exile it. I don't think they go Flage just yet. At 9:38 on the clock. This is why I said, like, the game 1 when we were playing, they're playing very slow at this point. All this. The list that I saw, that's 7-0. So Wrath of the Skies for 2. We did get that out of the way. I want to save this for when they play out Teferi or the One Ring. Because they're kind of priced into Divine Purging at a certain point. Us getting the Wrath out's pretty good, because now this can be self-sustaining in terms of pressure. Like I said, we have another fragment that I just want to keep up for if they have Blage. Looks like Galvanic. Like 2 for 1. We just want to keep 2 for 1ing. Think we bring this out now. Plays us a little bad into it, but get some value here. Okay, so the One Ring. They did draw Hall. Hope no dispute or purge. Was hoping they didn't have it. Yeah, we kind of had to play into that. We are limited at that point in terms of what we can do. Cycle. Stifle here. Oh, they just sacked lands. Just go Lurse to hand here. This is presenting a board state. I can exile Flage. Notably, this could get rid of Hull. I think we just try to drag out this game. I'm not too sure. Either way, they had like something that this is likely not gonna hang around that long. target, so that doesn't actually work. Now, what it can do for us is we can get indestructible. It's an interesting line for sure, but what have we seen? Seen one Purge, one Wrath. I think we're better off this lets me trigger without committing more to the board. It gets my team bigger. And it plays us around Wrath of the Skies. Yeah. This should have just had the text, you can only keep one in your deck. Yeah. Play Luris into like Esper Sentinel. So we have Fragment here. They have enough to get it back. Need to deal with Flage here. We're also just trying to get them down on block. Luris would survive, but I want one more mana. Because the thing is, they have enough for Flage plus Flage Escape, which gets us. Also, incidentally, just gaining life could be reasonable. So they have this up. That's for next turn. Does buy them some turns. Could sack it. Probably doesn't make sense. I probably just do this. Makes it worse for the ring. So they got the burden counter. Like, I could fragment, but let them do that. They're also... Yeah, I think it's worth it there. Fortunately, this takes 2 turns. Like, I would have to use all my mana. This is only an opponent controls. See if I can hit a 1-drop here. Bombardment's interesting, but they need Helix here to survive. There they go. Base. I think we do this. They don't get any energy. Take 7. Certainly an interesting one. Seven, ward 3. How many Helix have they played? 3. Asian doesn't help. Problem is I'm dead to Helix. And they have so much mana. I guess they have to. So I can Luris. Soul Warden costs more. Luris, Soul Warden. I don't have enough for the ward. I'm 1 life off. Warden's just, it's filler. It's better than Voice of the Blessed. Because the problem here, I'm dead with the Fragment Reality. Then we're dead to Flage. I don't know. I don't think there was a way around there because they had Helix and everything. I needed like 1 more chief spell. These lands ended up costing us quite a bit. That's really shitty. We're like 1 turn off, just never really able to assemble. Like we had Fragment, but we had like tap land. So I guess, oh. Okay. They're playing it slow. We might have a chance. Okay, now we're gonna just try to run him on a clock. Yeah, it was a line. I don't know if it was the right line, but I agree. Just try to make them waste time. They had lethal. So this into Oscillate gains me a bit of life, so it saves me against a Flage. We just gotta hope that they mess up. All these are game actions. I could do this to get them to... Yeah. Didn't really have a chance there. Ah! "30 seconds. 30 seconds and we had it. They had 31 seconds they finished with. Still a good run, but... Because if we hold back, we don't have... We're dead to any Helix effect, which they likely have. Could have been right to do that. It's certainly interesting. Like, it could definitely go either way there. Okay, we got, what? 2 Modern Horizons. We'll take that. Ah, that one was heartbreaking. So 6-1. What'd that get us? 4,000 gold? I think we have to try to do that. It's more triggers. Like, we're just trying to get them to waste time. They had lethal. If they were going to try to punt it away, we kind of take those. So we see how it goes. So this is my Jeskai list I was thinking of. So it's got like Tameo and stuff, but I wanted to try with Unstable Amulet. So it's more tempo than control. We have Wrath of the Skies in here. We have Snapcaster. The thing is, Wrath hits our own amulet, which kind of feels bad, where Divine Purge lets us recast it. But you flip Tameo here. The Izzet Charm was just a flexible spell that would allow us to flip Tameo as well. This was kind of what I was thinking. Give it a go. It's like we have Invert Polarity on the sideboard. It's pretty flash-oriented. It might be that we don't play Amulet and just play like all instant. We could play some Divine Purge as well then, which works out a little bit better. Yeah. The only thing I think I would... So for the Boros Energy, I think I would try Surgical Extraction in the side. Yeah, I'm thinking Amulet's the cut in this list. Because then we can go down to 2 Wraths. We can play Divine Purge. play it like as a 2 of. I just thought it was cool at Snapcaster because you could get like... I do like Fable because it kind of gets rid of our bad half. We are pretty flash oriented, which I like. Flame of Anor, yeah, it's another card we could consider. We can do like Flame of Anor. And then I don't think we want Invert Polarity main. We could go another frag. I was thinking Shove Aside as well is reasonable since it could just hit a Flip the Johnny. The other card we can look at is Saiba Siphoneer. I think that's a human ninja though. Human ninja. What wizard? Like that's one because it's not really a Symmetry Sage deck. Erica. Yeah, Invert Polarity I have in the sideboard. I don't know if it's fast enough for best of like for main board. I have 2 vistas. I don't want to go more because our color requirements are quite significant. That was the only thing I was worried about. Because it's even, I was thinking Dig Through Time could be interesting, but... Like, I don't like Path to Exile. I think it's pretty bad. Orange Chant is another interesting one. Target player can't cast spells this turn. And if it was kicked, creatures can't attack this turn. I think that's kind of cool. We can try that. Because we have energy from this, energy from that, energy from that. Maybe we do play the amulets in the side against control, because we're going to take out Divine Purges anyways and Wrath the Skies. So that could be what we do. Get rid of Orange Chant. Play Invert main. And then just play like Amulet. I really just... Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the dig. High Noon versus Mono Green. Yeah, that could work. I don't think we want to main board it per se, because we have the Wraths, but I could see that. I don't think we need the 3 Surgicals, maybe. We have it. Because against the aggressive decks, I also have Authority. That helps, gains us some life back. We have Brotherhood's End that can hit a Flip to Johnny. So I think we're okay. We could try High Noon. And then we could see... no, Dig's too contentious with some of the other cards we're trying out. We got High Noon, and then I think maybe just an Aether Gust. So like another card. So how are we winning without snaps? We have Flage. We could go like it's bad with snap. It's okay with Flage, but Doorkeeper Thrall. Artifacts and creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. We have 6 Wraths. 2, so 4 main, and then 2 more on the side, which I think is good. Just get rid of Wandering Emperor. I think we try this. The Thrall is kind of cool. I like the idea of it. All right. This is Jeskai. We're calling it tempo. We are calling it tempo. So Flage doesn't really matter because then you don't have to worry about the escape cost. So it's kind of just 3 mana get a Flage. I don't think there's too much control though, because like Boros, I'm not playing counters against. Against some of the other decks, maybe. But like realistically, we have invert, and then I have 4 more counters. The amulets are in the sideboard. So the amulets, the thought is bring it against the control matchup. And then just kind of play with that. I don't know. It's a brew. We're gonna try it. We'll make changes. We have no games under our belt, so it's really, I think, we'll play out the cards. If they're bad, we revise. Jeskai Tempo. Bombardment and that Strict Proctor deck we just lost to. The Strict Proctor, Lotus Field, every sweeper under the sun. We did get 6 wins, and we were 31 seconds away from them running out of time. All right, so Jeskai, I want to try Tamiyo. I want to bolt, snap, bolt my opponent with some Flages, Pelagies. Let's give this one a go and see how it plays out. It could be a steaming pile, but we're up 2,000 gold. We're up 20 packs. And I need to cast some blue spells. Yeah, so there is a Mardu deck that plays Strict Proctor and the Harsh, whatever it is. And then it plays 4 Croxa, 4 thing. It's just like the cheat into play kind of thing. So we are going to sign up. Jeskai Tempo. Tempo gamers, unite. Let's see what we get. Like I said, it very well could go bad, but I want to see if this... I haven't played Tamiyo yet. I'm going to have to walk the dog after this one, so... Want to... Sounds very awkward, because I can't cast any of my stuff. This hand looks good. I will keep. I think we do this. Hopefully it's an aggressive deck. Hammer time. Hammer time. We might be dead. Indestructible. Opponent is cheating. Oh, luckily we got Divine Purge. Cool. Millicent to Flage. Alright. So we got Invert Polarity. Don't get Indestructible. Stop getting Indestructible. They don't have enough for sword. Three, 4, 5. So I can give this double strike. So Darksteel Citadel's been... You get this pro green. Just blocking here. Where are my snaps at? Oh, that's actually a lot of cards that are going to be milling. Beautiful. Just what we wanted. Don't mess me up. So I could Fragment Reality it. I think we Divine Purge, because it also takes them off a land. And then this lets me redo my Snapcaster. We're at 19 cards, so we need to be mindful. But I can go snap Fragment Reality. So that works. So Snapcaster. We need to be mindful. They have 7 there. No! Auto Tapper. Oh my god. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Oh my god, Auto Tapper. So bad. So I do YouTube because I'm not consistent with a stream schedule. If I was always streaming multiple times a day, I would do it, or like multiple times a week. Given that I'm not consistent in that manner, I prefer the passive of YouTube. You don't always have to be present, which is nice. That's so annoying. Things bad. The control decks. So I shocked in there because it gives me both access to invert polarity, and I can also interact with this. So I can Izzet Charm and counter. No attacks. Invert. Sick. So cool. Let's do that. Stoneforge. So I could Wrath the Skies. I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we just play it safe. We could invert polarity, whatever they play. Kind of beat them with their own game. With Twitch, it took me like, because I was just doing it here and there, it took me about a year to get the $100 payout. I also feel bad for people to sub there if I'm not giving consistent content. Whereas YouTube every week, plus like I make more money on YouTube without having to like expect people to financially sub, which to me, I don't really want to ask people. Like if they want to, the option's there. I even set it low, it's like $2. But I actively don't go out of my way to advertise it. Okay, so we will Flagy then. Boo, I don't get the hammer. They're dead. Alright, they're dead. This is a weird matchup, for sure. Doorkeeper Thrall seems good. Brotherhood's End seems good. Wrath the Skies is interesting. It could be good, but I think it's a little... So the invert polarity we don't want. It's too slow. Surgical we probably don't want. High Noon could be interesting. Mind you, they're not really playing too many spells. It's probably not a Fable matchup. Like that. Yeah, so what I was doing with Twitch was like after work, I'd hop on for like 30 minutes, which is just not really where you want to be for Twitch. And then I naturally just have a bigger audience here on YouTube. So I tried doing a cross stream to Twitch and I had 3 people. And while I appreciate those 3 people showing up, it's also just... let's do that. No indestructible. Just double strike. Just double strike works. I'm just gonna preemptively kill this. Yeah, but I think against mono green it could be good. I think that mono green matchup's gonna be very bad. So I can see some utility in that. This is actually an interesting line. I can get this tap land out of the way. But I might be cycling it, so let's just go Tameo here. Mono green can be a tough matchup, I think. So draw 2, deal 5. And then we'll Tameo. So we'll see how good this Tameo is. So we already have our island, we already have that. Probably just doing this for now. Yeah, so I think Boros Cats is a really good deck. Unless they nerf something, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I think there's ways to attack it. I think it will get worse once people realize there's ways to attack it, and you see control kind of come up a more. So I think the sideboard needs to be adjusted for that. Did they just good game me and then broke me? Yeah, because the thing is, it also gets you the historic one. The biggest thing, the Boros mana base is super flexible. Convoke was there before. Convoke plays in like every format. You can do burn in various formats. Like I got in so much value. You can do hammer time. It's honestly a fun deck too. Like there's certain decks that are very effective that I just don't have fun with. Nothing like good game and then I'm gonna rope you. Such a sore loser. Yeah, that's a thing. Like, there's gonna be a point where you just have to be like, is this a deck I want to play? And if so, draw cards equal to half the number of cards in your library, rounded down, you get an emblem you have. Jeez. Alright, well, we're just gonna draw 30 cards. Have opponent cry a little. Stony. So we have access to Snap, Flame of Anor. We also have Wrath of the Skies. See what they do here. Stop. Hammer time. Let them do everything, and then I'll just snap. Flame of Anor. We'll draw two. We'll destroy this artifact. We got Thrall to kind of keep it up. Since I'm going to Wrath the Sky anyways, I think we just do this. Ooh, Purge is even better. Honestly, I don't even need that card, so... Thanks, Quentin. Have a good one. I don't think they'll make Pauper an Evergreen. There's no money in it for them. They're more likely to do these secret or these special guests that just cost us so much money in terms of Mythic wildcards. Oh, and I double stone rained them too. All right. I didn't hit a flage. The hell is this? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll take it. All right. We got the salt. I think we got answers for days. How about no? I want a flage. All right. Ambush Viper. Hopefully they do. I would like to play, like, even just Boros Charm. Would be nice. Oh, Steam Vents. I don't know what we're playing against, but we're playing against some stuff. Haha. At what point is this bullying? Where's my is it charm? I don't know. Do that. Go away. The Tamiyo's pretty cool. Got him. Opponent at any time had the legal option to concede. Wasting too much of my time. Did we find a little bit of an on-bow? Yeah, but also that Hushbringer-esque thing played pretty nice. Just double stifle. That's not really... Hammer Time's not super meta. It's probably like tier 3. It can steal games for sure, but it's usually Boros. All right. Huber. Opponent goes first. They're already more skilled than us. No thank you. Put back. Cameo. Hello. Let's do this. So they're the Flage version. Den of the Bugbear is usually a tell. I think this goes... No, I messed that up. Oh my god. That's not what I meant to do. So I meant to kill it before, because now they get a free creature and they could get energy and then attack in. So it's definitely not what I wanted to do. And they have enough for Fable, which is pretty gross. We go the cat. So Wrath the Skies clears everything right now. But I think... I want to Flame of Anor first. So we're going to draw 2. I'm going to deal 5 here, because they actually won't have enough to kill Tameo then. That gets them to overcommit. Because my Tameo's going to die anyways. If I could get him to play, like, another spell or something, it's pretty good. I discarded Amulet. A shock. Blah blah. What else are you playing? Okay, so a couple options here. I could draw. Which seems like the best use. It's like the best use. Do this for blue mana. Go down to 11. Actually, probably do this for red. Ah. That's good. So pay 0. And then we're going to pay 3 energy. No! Oh my god. Okay, so this is my mistake. I needed to do it for 1 more. So that's where I'm learning the card. It's the first time I've cast that. That was a mistake. Yeah, that's probably going to cost us the game. Probably will cost us the game. That was a pretty big mistake. Pretty big mistake. Pretty big mistake. Hey, Matthew. We got 6 wins, lost to Lotus Field in the last one. Been pretty close. They had 31 seconds on the clock. So we'll do this. We made a slight mistake here, but hoping it doesn't bite us. Well, yeah. They're chaining some fables together. I basically don't want them to blink my Tameo, because then it comes back as a creature. And like this, I can just do this. Get Flage back. And so they do get Oscillate. They do have City's Blessing. See if I can get a Wrath first. Return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. If it's green, add 1. So that wrecks them pretty good. A3. Lose Tameo, because I'm going to lose Tameo anyways. I think so 1, 2, 3 here. Let's not make the same mistake twice. I guess I could have tuned the narrative. It's better because if I draw Fragment, it's bad. Because this gives us 2 energy, so it nets us an energy. But then I have gonna let them do this because they attack both into Tameo. Tameo's been pretty sick. Okay, decision didn't matter. So white, white, red, red. Get rid of Tameo, land, tune, fragment, galvanic. We'll just get rid of this. So now I can either counter whatever spell they do or tune the narrative. How about no? How about if I was an Oscillate's Pride? We'll go face here, Oscillate's Pride will get us tokens. Okay. I'm gonna play this land and then I'm gonna hold any other lands. Just because if we start getting Snapcasters or Fables, I want to be able to. Seems good. Because here, even if they get Flage, just my Flage kills them. They don't have enough for double Flage. Alright, cool. Cool. Doorkeeper Thrall, Authority, Brotherhood's End, all seem reasonable. I don't think we want Surgical. Tamio is really sweet there. I do think we get rid of Invert Polarity, it's slow. I think we get rid of Fable. I think Trim on a Snapcaster. Trim. Doing the narrative. Expletive. You can do Rakdos Bombardment. That's good. Mono Green Devotion is good. This put back Island. I did a whole video with a bunch of different decks. The energy package is very strong, so like there is that you have to be mindful of. They have Invasion. If you check out on my playlist, I did like the Jamal similar. We just did the best decks video, so you can always check it out there. I'll be doing another one probably tomorrow. I just want to take advantage of the historic metagame. Okay. Free value. They know about the hall, so we'll just do that. Keeps a bit of an unknown here. I think, yeah, I've seen the Mardu version. I have it, like, I just haven't been playing too much Timeless lately is my only thing. I think we take the 2 here. If they're going to attack that, then I will. I just don't want them to flip that. They're kind of stumbling on mana. They do have Felia on their deck, which we saw. That's fine. We have Purge. So this returns it at their end step. I'll take 2 here. fine. Felix is nice here. So they can do Felia again. What are you gonna blink? I'm just kind of forcing them. Yeah, Aiden, you can find all my deck lists on my Untapped right now. It's right here. All my decks always are available. I keep it on all the time. It's the second deck listed here. Where'd my YouTube go? So these ones are just under event as opposed to constructed ladder. So you can find it there. So they do flip a Johnny here. It's a bit annoying. Perfect. Got him. Heck out, it's going well. We got 6 wins. The first one lost by opponent had 31 seconds left on their clock. Had us for lethal. This one's going pretty well so far. We're 2-0 with Jeskai Tempo. Beat up on Boros there pretty nicely. Have to do some Snapcaster shenanigans. That's it. Have you ever seen a dog so tired? All right. Anybody got 7 wins in chat? Any 7-win gamers? I know Maffey got it with Boros Energy. Folks, if you are watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, you see the top, we're trying to hit 15,000 subs. It's free. It helps out the channel, helps with the YouTube overlords, so greatly appreciate it if you can hit that sub button. It costs you absolutely nothing. Supports your local streamer, keeps me employed, keeps my internet going, feeds my dog. But yeah, we'll go from there. So I was thinking like mono black or something that could play Massacre Worm that could cheat it out. Nice. I think we'll do Rakdos Bombard tomorrow. If we had a red source, I keep this. In case it's control, I think we're going to do this. Mono G, untap red source. Yeah, this is pretty bad if they do exactly that. Nice. Yeah, we were soul sistering earlier. Up the beans. So we can snap Galvanic if needed, which isn't terrible. So I'm gonna Snapcaster here. Gonna Flame of Anor for 4. And then I have Flame, or sorry, not Flame. We're gonna do that. We get to kill Kiora, take him off a whole bunch of devotion. And now we got access to tune the narrative. I probably should have shocked this in, but I wanted to make it seem like we have a white source potentially. So we are going to tune the narrative here. I do need a white source. So let's just pay the full amount. We lose Snap, but it takes them off some more devotion. I really just want to keep them off stuff. Here I can Helix. I caught a bit of the thing, but once it went to like Nadu Tron, I kind of was off it. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So I can Helix here. Fragment here. And then I have Hull for next turn. It's a little iffy here. Because if they have Cavalier Thorns, like if they find their land, but it was a pretty desperate kind of flip there. Second Karn. They could go Needle here. Liquid Metal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will have to kill Karn here. And then we'll kind of go from there. Did you try the alchemy 2, like red 2-drop? Seems good. It's a bit of what I was worried. It's a little awkward. I could potentially counter this storm. You have access to Purge. I could counter. I need to find Rathless, guys. This matchup seems it's a little hard. Honestly, at this point, like, I need to find Wrath Disguise. Or Snapcaster. We're just dead. Next game. I'm drawing Karn into Karn is pretty rough. These control, like for us control decks, it's usually pretty bad, this matchup. That's not bad because it could hit Karn. I think we maybe want Surgicals. I think we're going like all tempo. Go down on a Tameo. Felix can probably come out. Tune the narrative. You're telling me it's on the same on my screen too. I could do like 100. It's like really stupid placement. We could have kept that first hand. It was a little slow. Might have been right. We're definitely taking a chance here, but we have like 24 lands. Plus a cantrip here. Got there. Maybe should have shocked that to make it seem like we had something. But it says Kyle in the thing. That's the only reason. Ah! Looks like they got us. They got here. Jeez. How do we draw more invert polarity? Oh my god. That's literally more invert polar or tune the narratives than we did lands. Cursed game. Cursed. Cursed, cursed, cursed. I'm doing this now because they don't get the effect of what they... So they can put something on top, but then they don't get the mill over. Or like, they get the land, but it just mills Karn again. They milled 2 Karns. I don't even have the 2 double... This game is so cursed. So cursed. We needed another blue, and then we had invert polarity. We could have gone off. So then they should have done it the other way. So Karn here. That is two cards down. I don't think we're at the Flage moment of the deck. Counter here. Give me a land. Give me a blue land. God.